In this video and the next, we're going to talk about early European explorers whose journeys brought them to parts of the American continents. For both parts 1 and 2 of this lesson, you'll have a worksheet with blanks to fill in. You should have part 1 in front of you right now, and part 2 will look the same, except with different names. As you watch the video, you'll want to pause when you see the information on the explorers so that you can fill in the blanks. In the who column, the blanks will be information on each explorer. In the when column, you'll write the year or years of each explorer's journey. Then in the where column, next to each explorer, there's a map for you to draw in the route each explorer took as it is shown on your screen. The first explorer we're going to discuss is probably the most well-known, Christopher Columbus. When he was 14 years old, Columbus signed on as a deckhand on a sailing ship to learn all about sailing. At that time, many ships were sailing east around Africa to reach what they called the Indies, which includes the modern countries of India, China, and Japan. Columbus, knowing that the world was round, thought that he could get there by sailing west. He didn't know that there were whole continents, North and South America, and the Pacific Ocean in his way. Because the voyage west would be an expensive one, Columbus's first job was to find someone rich to sponsor him. Ultimately, Queen Isabella and King Ferdinand of Spain took an interest in Columbus's plan. They provided him with 3 ships, honors and titles, and a percent of the profit from the trade. Columbus's 3 ships were named the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria. Columbus captained the Santa Maria. 2 brothers, Martin and Vincent Pinzon, were the captains of the Pinta and the Nina. Altogether, there were about 90 men on the 3 ships that set sail in August of 1492. Columbus kept a log that gives us information about his voyage. The trip turned out to take much longer than anyone on board expected. After many days and nights at sea, the sailors were ready to return home. On October 10th, Columbus talked them into sailing forward for just 3 more days. On October 12th, they sighted land, an island in the Bahamas. The same day they landed in the Indies, but in the New World. The rest, as they say, is history. Now would be a good time for you to pause the video and use the information that's on your screen right now to complete the section on Columbus. Remember to put the date, 1492, in the when column, and to do your best to draw the green line to the right that's labeled Columbus 1492. Then continue watching the video to fill in the rest of your worksheet. The other 4 explorers on today's worksheet all explored parts of what today would be the northeastern corner of the United States and a little section of Canada up there to the north of where you and I actually live right now. Continue watching as I discuss these 4, then you will have an opportunity to see everything you need to complete the worksheet at the end. The first of those 4 was John Cabot, an Italian navigator and explorer. His 1497 discovery of the coast of North America under the commission of Henry VII of England is the earliest known European exploration of coastal North America since the Norse visits to Vinland in the 11th century. Cabot sailed to the Grand Banks in 1497 while finding the New World. Jacques Cartier was a British explorer who claimed what is now Canada for France. He was the first European to discover or to describe and map the Gulf of the St. Lawrence and the shores of the St. Lawrence River between 1534 and 1535. Cartier also gave Canada its name. Henry Hudson was an English sea explorer and navigator during the early 17th century, best known for his explorations in 1609 of present-day Canada and parts of the northeastern United States. Hudson, like many others, tried to discover what they called the Northwest Passage, a short route from Europe to Asia through the Arctic Ocean in both the Old World and the New. Of course, we know today that didn't exist because the Americas were in the way. Finally, Samuel D. Champlain was a French colonist, navigator, cartographer, draftsman, soldier, explorer, geographer, ethnologist, diplomat, and chronicler. He made between 21 and 29 trips across the Atlantic Ocean between 1609 and 1616 and founded Quebec and New France. Champlain also discovered the lake in present-day New York that bears his name and made other explorations of what is now northern New York. Now you can pause the video on this screen. Here is all the information you need to complete the remainder of the worksheet, and this will end today's video.